And to start off, if you would please join me in a moment of silence for Trayvon Martin and pray for his parents. I am a young, black, African-American woman. More so, I'm African. I came here when I was 9 years old, and what I'm trying to tell you is we are now all Trayvon Martin. We are all marginalized. I attend the Pennsylvania State University. I am trying to do something with my life, and the verdict that came out yesterday told me that all does not matter. I am the same as the drug dealers. I am the same as those who are causing travesty to our community. We all look the same. There's nothing that we could do to change people's perception of who we are, even though we're trying to do something good for ourselves. Because we will always be found in the criminal justice system and not find justice. And that is a travesty. We need to be outraged. We need to be angry. But what also we need to do is cause change. And the only way we could do that is attack the policies that keep us underneath and keep us oppressed and keep the same things that have been happening through our ancestors even today. We need to act. Not only be mad, but we need to act. We need to write our representatives. We need to write our senators and tell them this is unacceptable. Yes, we are all gathered today, but screaming and hollering is not the end. We need to act. We need to write. We need to take the power into our own hands. How can we say that people need to give us power when they don't even connect with us? The lawmakers that you put into the Congress don't know what you feel, don't know what you're going through. They can't connect with the mother who's on welfare. They cannot connect with the Trayvon Martins of the world. You need to take people who can connect with your struggles, who need to make laws for you. Or else you're always going to be marginalized no matter what you do with your life. And what I want to say to people is that not every black people are like, why are you not being mad at the black on black crime? Not every black person is going out there and killing each other. Once we make it out of the conditions that oppress us, we try to do something for ourselves and for our community. Why can't we put that in the media? We are represented in the media as if we don't do anything for ourselves. We do more than enough. We got ourselves here. Nobody got us here. Why can't we put that out there? And what I also want to say is, people talk about the symptoms of the political system we live in. We need to talk about the condition. We need to treat the condition, not the symptom. If you're not going out there and making sure that people have a good place to live, a good educational system. We just closed down 49 schools in Chicago. If we're not treating those symptoms, the same thing is going to happen. That's why black on black crime happens. And that's why the things that are devastating our communities are happening. And we need to put lawmakers that understand that. People who have had silver spoons in their mouth and who've always been a part of the aristocrat and are now in Congress don't understand you. Don't understand your trouble. Don't understand the worry you have for your children that are Trayvon Martin. We are all Trayvon Martin. And until we elect people that understand our struggles, we will be here again 20 years later discussing the same story, discussing another black man's travesty, and discussing another person like Victim Chen, who's part of the Asian community, who suffered the same thing as Trayvon Martin. It's not only a black community thing, it is not only a Hispanic community thing, it's not only an Asian community thing, it is a colored people of culture community thing. I know I'm not saying that in an articulate manner, but you know, this is just us. This is, you know. And you know, I don't mean to marginalize white people. We are all one, and until we see each other as human beings and as Americans, we can never have a system that works for everyone. We are all called just African American, Asian American, Hispanic American. When are we going to become Americans? When are we going to become Americans? When are we going to see the rights? And you know, justice has become just us for most of the people in America. It's only justice for just white people now. We can't have that. And love for all people. Just a few points where I differ.
with her. I've been around long enough to know that just electing more officials does not solve the problem. We need to get into the streets, and we need to get looking at the whole system. I wanted to have us practice some of the chants, or at least one of the chants. Trayvon did not have to die. We all know the reason why. The whole system is guilty. Trayvon did not have to die. We all know the reason why. The whole system is guilty. Trayvon did not have to die. We all know the reason why. The whole system is guilty.
And just, we don't want to cut people off, but a lot of people want to speak. We want everyone to speak, and we want to get in the streets.
Hi, my name is Jill McLaughlin. I am with Chicago World Can't Wait and sit on the National Steering Committee of World Can't Wait. World Can't Wait has been around since 2005. Basically, our mission is to build a mass movement of resistance to the crimes of our government. Everything from imperialist wars in Afghanistan and Iraq to protesting torture at Guantanamo and other black sites, to the fascist direction here happening at home. The murder of Trayvon Martin is one of those moments where we do need to be in the streets. We do need to be expressing our righteous outrage. This is a crime. This is a crime of this government, this system. I was down here the other day. I happened to be at a vigil for the Guantanamo hunger strikers. They are now past 156 days of hunger striking. And this is what I had to say about that. Like Trayvon Martin, those men that are sitting in Guantanamo after over 10 years were profiled. They were profiled. And Colonel Wilkerson, who happens to be the former chief of staff to Colin Powell, pretty much said that. He said it in 2010. He came out and said, well, Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld knew that a majority of the men that were being held at Guantanamo were innocent and didn't care. And you want to know why they were rounded up? One, they were offering $5,000 bounties for anybody who turned in somebody for terrorism, alleged terrorism. And if you happen to be in Afghanistan or Pakistan at the time of the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan, well, then you must have been doing something wrong. And isn't that what George Zimmerman thought about Trayvon Martin? That's exactly what he thought. And he acted on that, and he murdered this young man. This is happening in our society. It's happening across the globe. It's being done in our name. And we have to say, no more. No more in our name.